Batman, one of the biggest and most famous superheroes of all time. Famous for his outstanding detective skills and infamous villains. A hero like no other, as he does not in fact possess any superhero powers. Batman relies on his martial arts skills, physical strength, detective skills, intellect and wealth to face the criminals of Gotham City. This has led to a lot of controversy for the character, as some believe him not to be a superhero because of his lack of supernatural abilities. Nevertheless, it's well known that Batman is the biggest on-screen superhero of all time. But how did he get to where he is today? Hello, my name's Leonard Sabine and welcome to the first episode of Batman Uncovered. It all started with the 1960s Batman TV series and the 1966 film Batman, starring Adam West as the Caped Crusader and Burt Ward as Robin. The series aired 120 episodes split between 3 seasons from January 12, 1966 to March 14, 1968. It was known for its upbeat music and camp style and light-hearted nature. The style was mainly aimed at a younger audience, which is very clear when watching the TV series. In fact, the series was described by its executive producer, William Dozier, as the only situation comedy on air without a laughing track. Despite this, the series was loved and had a regular fan base. It was also ranked the 82nd greatest American television show of all time in 2016 by critics Alan Spinwall and Matt Zollier cites. The series, however, was still being represented as very camp and cheesy, which meant the Batman character wasn't taken very seriously this decade. For the next decade, there was no Batman released on screen. The comics were obviously still being printed, however. Batman on the big screen was very dry, and it was left in the very light-hearted image of the 60s. This was until Tim Burton was assigned the role in 1986 to direct the 1989 Batman. This film was not actually allowed to be greenlit until after the success of Burton's Beetlejuice. He cast Michael Keaton as Batman, which caused a lot of controversy. This was because of his previous roles. He had been typecast as a comedic actor, therefore many fans doubted that he could portray a serious role. Jack Nicholson was cast as Joker, however. He only accepted the role because under strict conditions which included top billing, a high salary, a portion of the box office profits, and his own custom shooting schedule. When released, the film was a critical and financial success, earning over $400 million in the box office. Keaton's portrayal of the character was loved by many, and is still considered one of the best Batman performances of all time. Burton's retake on the series was huge for the Batman character. He portrayed a significantly darker tone, and allowed the character to transform from the cheesy Batman of the 60s to the Dark Knight we all know and love today. Adding to that, let's show you an interview which I managed to get with Nigel, a Batman superfan, to see what his views are on the subject.
My opinion on the 60s Batman is he's a very campy, silly version of Batman, which is certainly enjoyable. A lot of people then definitely enjoyed it, but it's not really my Batman. Not that I can't enjoy it, I still enjoy memes and the certain episodes that are very silly, but I definitely enjoy the darker ideas of Batman. Not so dark it's Batman killing people in Batman vs Superman, but definitely a lot more grounded idea of the Batman universe in Gotham. But yeah, I still love it and enjoy it. It's Batman. It was definitely darker and grittier. It left a better idea of who Batman is and should be in the general audience, because before then, you know, the general audience, they will look at something through the TV and movies they're portrayed through, and not really through things like the comics, which might have a better, more accurate portrayal. It did shift how a lot of people view these characters, which is a great thing, but it's still not quite where my heart lies for Batman. I think what he's done is he's taken Batman to, I suppose, in the comics, before the 60s Batman, he was sort of like the darker, grittier character we kind of view him as. But I think it was always going to happen that it was going to become darker and more grittier. But I think that he was just the person who brought it to us, to the screen. Probably roundabout where it is today. I can't think of anything in particular that might have changed. Probably wouldn't have been as maybe as popular. It's hard to say, but who knows.
Burton's success opened people's eyes to how superhero films could be portrayed on the screen. His 2 Batman films definitely opened the doors for the Marvel film universe, starting with the X-Men and Spider-Man in the early 2000s, and then spawning the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Iron Man in 2008. It is clear that Burton had a significant influence on the success of the enormous Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is so loved today. Without Burton, superhero films would not be as they are in today's society. We should all thank him for what he's done for all superhero fans across the world. Thank you for watching this episode of Batman Uncovered. Come back next week and we'll talk about the effect of Ledger's Joker on the franchise. That's all from me. I've been Leonard Sabine, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one, Batmans! Have a good one, Batfans!